Hi there, Beth with Crafty Corner, and today we're going to make this adorable positive affirmations water bottle. First, we need to measure our water bottle so that we can create our design in our template. So first I took off this wrapper, kind of pull it off that sticky part, and then I took my flexible measuring tape and measured around the middle part of the water bottle. I got 11 1/4 around the middle there. And then I took it and did the vertical measurement. This water bottle actually has a little bit of curved edge at the top and the bottom, otherwise pretty straight. But I just measured right inside that curve and got 7 1/4. Over in Design Space, I wanted to create my template, so I clicked on Shapes and the rectangle. I then sized that rectangle to the measurement that we just got. I first unlocked it by clicking the little lock button up there, entering in the 11.25 and 7.25 that we got when we measured. I also wanted to change the color just so I could see it a little bit better. First I picked the gray, but then realized I wanted blue to match my water bottle. All of these designs I actually found right in Design Space, and I'm just going to move them right onto my template. Here they're all on my template that I created. I was cautious of the sides of the wrap, knowing that it was going to kind of wrap around. So here is close to the edge, so I left space. Here again, they're close to the edge, so I left space on the other side so that it looked good when it was wrapped around. When I'm ready to make it, I go ahead and hide that template and hit Make It. First, I'm going to tell it it's going to be cut on a mat because I don't have smart material right now. And there you can see on the mat how it's going to look when it is cut out. So go ahead and continue. It is going to find my Maker 3 via Bluetooth. And then I'm going to pick my material, the premium vinyl. And there it tells me that the base material is the premium vinyl and I need the fine point blade. Let's go ahead and put the vinyl right on the mat. I line up the edge of the vinyl with the edge of the grid on the mat. I use a brayer or a scraper and I run it down so that I get a nice flat surface with the vinyl, making sure it's nice and flat on there. And then I use my hands just to make sure there's no air bubbles under the vinyl. All right, now we can load it into our machine, put it right under the guide marks there and hit the load button. First, it's going to measure the mat to make sure that I have the correct size mat that it needs for this project, which it does. Then when the go button is flashing, means it's ready to cut. So we're going to go ahead and push that. It then will first check to make sure that I do indeed have the fine point blade in the machine. And then we're ready to go. When it's done cutting, we're going to take it off the mat. The best way to do this is actually to flip it over and peel away the mat from the vinyl instead of pulling the vinyl away from the mat. Next is weeding our design. This is just taking away all of the pieces that we don't want or need, like the inside of letters. I actually start with the inside of the letters first before taking off the backing. When you try to take the inside out after the backing is gone, sometimes those letters can kind of move around on you. This way they stay right where they're supposed to be. It's actually kind of hard to see on here with it being white vinyl on a white backing. Then I removed the backing, just slowly going careful around those letters. Since they're tiny letters, sometimes it's a little hard to get around them without them pulling up, but just kind of take your time going around. I actually did it in sections. I cut little pieces around each of the thing, being sure to not actually cut the backing, just the vinyl. Here the design is all weeded. Unfortunately, it's hard to see with it being white vinyl on the white backing. I cut a piece of transfer tape the same size as my design. I am going to go ahead and take the backing off of the transfer tape. This is kind of the end of the roll, so it was a little curved and hard to get the backing off without it kind of curling up on me. Then I'm going to put that right onto the design over the top of it. I kind of tackle my transfer tape starting in the middle, pushing that down and kind of going outwards like that. Using my hands, I just kind of push out all the air bubbles, and then I take a scraper and really burnish the transfer tape to the vinyl, getting out air bubbles. Also, we are really trying to stick that vinyl to the transfer tape so that when we pull the backing off, it pulls off nice and good. Then I also do the scraping on the back. Again, just making sure that I am getting that vinyl to stick to the transfer tape. Now we're going to take the backing off of our vinyl, just slowly pulling it back, making sure that everything is stuck down to the transfer tape. Then we're going to take our design and put it on our water bottle. You can see I actually used 2 of my scrapers to steady my water bottle to be able to put it on so it wasn't rolling all over the place while I was trying to line this up. Kind of just eyeballing it where I wanted that middle to go and just kind of placing it down. It kind of buckled for me for a little bit, so I just pulled that back up. And then slowly going around, just carefully pushing it down with my hand as I went. I folded the other side up so that it wouldn't go down while I was working on the one side. So I went one way, pressing it down, and then went back the other way and putting the image down. As you can see on the one side, the transfer tape was a little bit farther over than my design, so I just picked up that side of the transfer tape and was able to put the design down so that it wasn't on top of the transfer tape. Then using my fingers, I just really rubbed all over the design so that it really stuck to the water bottle. Making sure all those little pieces were good and adhered all over the water bottle, just using my fingers. Then I went ahead and pulled off the transfer tape. If any pieces are sticking up, all you have to do is just kind of push them right back down with your fingers, making sure that they stay well on there. And there you have it, a positive affirmations water bottle. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave us a comment below.